Okay, Rabbi Isai, I hope we should all have Aksima v'chasima toiva, Nagamah chasima toiva. Assuming you did Lamed Daled and Lamed Hey, and some of them go together, so I'll put it together, Be'ezer Hashem, now in the 8th minute. Okay, so we're starting. Sometimes the Mishnayos give a rule. So Rabbi Yochanan tells us that when a Mishnah gives a rule, it's not necessarily 100%. Even if the Mishnah says, accepted this, it doesn't mean that it's only accepted this, it can be accepted other things too. Like we see by Eruv, it says you can use for Eruv any type of food besides water or salt, and it's not the only thing. Also, you can't use mushrooms because also they don't give you any, they don't sustain you. So over here also, we have a rule. It says that the woman is obligated in every mitzvah asay, if it's not zman gromo, if it's not has to do with time, and she's patur, that she doesn't have to do any mitzvah asay if it has to do with time. It's called hazman gromo. So now, it's not 100% because before that, not just it's not 100%. Now, where do we learn it from? Where do we learn it from? We learn it from tefillin. The Gemara says we learn from tefillin. Tefillin is hukash. There's a hekesh between Torah and tefillin in the first parsha of Kriyat Shema and in the second parsha of Kriyat Shema. To tell me that the same way we know that ladies don't have to learn Torah, they're not obligated to learn Torah as we learned before. They're also not obligated to wear tefillin. And from tefillin, I learned the whole Torah. The same way that tefillin is a mitzvah saseh, which has to do with time. You only do it in day. You don't do it on Shabbos. And ladies don't have to do it. So too, they don't have to do any other mitzvah saseh shazman grama. For example, lulav, for example, shofar. They are obligated in some mitzvah saseh, which are zman grama, like matzah. And the reason is because matzah, the Torah says matzah is like chometz. Whoever is obligated to not eat chometz is obligated to yes, eat matzah. And also hakel. Ladies are obligated to come for hakel. Now, the reason is it's not teaching me to the whole Torah that they will be obligated also in mitzvah saseh, that the zman is grama. We don't learn from here to make them chayav in every mitzvah saseh, shazman grama. It's because it's shnei ksuvim aboim ke'echad, because hakel is not needed. It's extra. So it comes to teach me that don't learn from matzah and hakel to other mitzvahs. Now, there is an opinion that says that we do learn from shnei ksuvim aboim ke'echad. According to this opinion, he has a different way of learning. It says by tefillin, there's a hekesh between tefillin and Torah to tell me that all the mitzvahs of Torah is like tefillin, and when we have a hekesh, we don't learn binyanah from anything else. The Torah says whatever is like tefillin, which is mitzvah saseh, she hazman gromo, they're patu. Whatever is not like tefillin, they're chayav. According to Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda, as we're going to see, they hold that tefillin is all the time. It's in day, it's in night, it's on Shabbos, it's on Yom Tov, it's always. So then tefillin is a mitzvah saseh, which is not hazman gromo. So Rabbi Meir doesn't have a problem because he says, I hold that shnei ksuvim aboim ke'echad ein melamdim. So you can't learn from matzah and hakel to make them obligated in mitzvah saseh shazman gromo. But according to Rabbi Yehuda, he holds that it is melamdim shnei ksuvim ke'echad. So how does he know that they not to learn from matzah and hakel? Because he says that together with that, they also have the mitzvah of simcha. Simcha on Yom Tov, ladies are also obligated to do it, and that's also a mitzvah saseh shazman gromo. That's not like Abaye, who says that ladies are not obligated in mitzvah of simcha. It's the obligation of the husband to make her happy. And also when we find the mitzvah by almana, it means that if you're supporting an almana, it's your obligation to also make sure she's happy in the chag. Now, the mitzvah of tefillin, the man doma that it's hazman gromo, and the mitzvah of re'iyah, which are also zman gromo, and both of them, ladies are potul. Re'iyah is being a korban in the chag. They're both ladies are potul. So why don't we say the shnei ksuvim aboim ke'echad? Because they're both needed. Because if it wouldn't say re'iyah, I would think to learn from hakel. Now, the same way they're chayav and hakel, they're chayav also in re'iyah. If it wouldn't say by tefillin, I would think to learn tefillin from mezuzah, which is also next to it in the first parsha of Kriyat Shema. So I would think to learn from mezuzah that the same way that mezuzah ladies have to do, because it says the man yilbu yameichem, and ladies also want life, so they have to do mezuzah. I would think to say they need to do tefillin. That's why the Torah needs to write to me specifically in tefillin that they are patur. Another mitzvah that the Torah, even though it's a zman groma, the Torah writes to me that it's patur is sukkah. And the reason is because sukkah, according to Abaye, I would think to say that it's the Torah says teishvu. Teishvu means came to do. Live in your sukkah the same way you live in your house. So in your house you live with your wife. So I will think that in the sukkah she's also obligated to be there because it says because you have to live with your wife the same way you live at home. So the Kiddush is they don't have to be there. According to Rava, I will think to learn Hagzer Shava from Pesach. We know that by Pesach ladies are obligated to eat matzah the same way they're obligated Tenati Chomet. So I would think to say that also by Sukkah, learn from Pesach to Sukkah, that they have to be in the Sukkah. That's why the Torah needs to say they're Patu. Have a great year, a wonderful year, and a very successful year in Torah and in every other aspect of life.